Hey, what's up guys? Will here for GSM Arena. The Google Pixel 8a is one of the best camera phones in its price range. But if you're considering that, there's also last year's Pixel 7a, which is similar and cheaper. Between the Pixel 8a and Pixel 7a, which is the better deal? Let's put the two phones head to head and find out. Google's Pixel A phones are a cheaper alternative to the full-fledged Pixel flagships. The Pixel 8a is the newest model, and it brings a few upgrades worth considering. However, the Pixel 7a is not too far behind, and it's about $100 less expensive. The two phones are very similar when it comes to the size and the overall design. There's the visor-shaped camera bump, plastic back, and aluminum frame. However, the 7a has sharper corners, while the 8a's are more rounded. Both Pixels have proper ingress protection, rated at IP67. The display of the 8a is a 6.1-inch OLED with a 1080p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The 7a's OLED screen is the same size and resolution, but with a lower 90Hz refresh rate. The difference in refresh rate means the newer model's screen should be a bit smoother to the eye while you're swiping around. And the Pixel 8a is brighter too. It can achieve a maximum of around 1500 nits in auto brightness mode, compared to about 1000 on the Pixel 7a. Otherwise, the displays have the same look, with thicker bezels, and support for HDR10 video. Both Pixels have stereo speakers, with the same good loudness. However, the sound quality of the Pixel 8a is better, with more pronounced bass and mids. You can get the Pixel 8a with 128 or 256 gigs of storage on board, but the Pixel 7a only comes in the 128 gig version. The stock Android software experience is the same, with both phones running the latest Android 14 as Google intended. There is a potential difference in that the Pixel 7a is promised 3 years of OS upgrades and 5 years of security patches. But this year's Pixel 8a will get 7 years of software support. Of course, as the newer model, the Pixel 8a uses a new chipset, Google's Tensor G3. The Pixel 7a has last year's Tensor G2, which is a bit less powerful. In benchmarks, the 8a outperforms its predecessor by something along the lines of 20 to 25%. That's not to say that the performance is bad on the 7a, both phones run smoothly. The Pixel 8a has a slightly larger battery capacity than the 7a, and there's a slight increase in battery life across our tests. The difference is minor though. And while there is a little bit of a difference when it comes to charging speed, it's by a slim margin. Both phones are pretty slow to charge. There's support for wireless charging on either phone too. Both the Pixel 8a and 7a use the same camera hardware, a 64-megapixel main cam and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide. There's a 13-megapixel selfie cam on the front with fixed focus. As expected, there's practically no difference between the two phones' camera performance during the day. The photo quality is identical. It's a similar situation in low light too, at least when it comes to the main cam. However, we can see a difference in the ultra-wide performance at night. For some reason, the Pixel 7a's output is less noisy, cleaner, and sharper. There's not much difference in the 8a's and 7a's video recording capabilities. The main and ultra-wide cameras on both devices record near identical 4K videos during the day. Here's a look at selfies taken from either phone, and selfie videos for comparison as well. So that's the Google Pixel 8a and the Pixel 7a. They're similar, but there are advantages to the newer model. The 8a has a brighter, higher refresh rate display, better sounding speakers, a more powerful chipset, and extra 5 years of OS updates on top of what's already offered for the 7a. We found the battery life to be slightly better too, and you can get this phone with double the storage. Meanwhile, the Pixel 7a is about $100 cheaper, and is able to deliver a similar overall experience, especially when it comes to the cameras. And you are looking at least 2 remaining years of OS updates. In the end, if you need to save some cash, you probably wouldn't be disappointed with the Pixel 7a, but if you don't mind spending a little extra, the Pixel 8a is the more modern and future-proof option. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.